Alright, welcome back guys for another WaxMode video review. I've got the Mcguire's lineup out again, testing out Ultimate Liquid Wax against the Synthetic Sealant 2.0 from Mcguire's. We call this M21. And M21 is going to be very similar to the NXT 2.0, which is in the consumer line that Mcguire sells. And the difference between M21 and the NXT Tech Wax is this one has been formulated to work being applied with the rotary polisher. And there's a lot of guys in the United States who are still working with just the rotary polisher in a lot of the body shops when they're buffing and when they're waxing and using sealants. Another difference is going to be the smell. It's not going to smell like NXT 2.0. It's got much more of a chemical scent, similar to the M26 high-tech wax. It's also easy to work with. They recommend a 10 to 15 minute dry period before you begin to buff it off from the paint. It buffs off easily as well, but they do not recommend this for use on trim. And there are a lot of differences between Ultimate Liquid Wax and Mcguire's M21. The first thing is the thin film technology, and what this is it visibly looks thinner when you're applying it to the paint. So I like to work with a light source just so I know I'm getting good coverage as I'm applying it. You can apply it super thin, it's going to be easy to work with, goes over smooth, comes off really easy. Mcguire's also mentions that you can apply this in full sunlight as well. And it's safe to use on trim without any staining problems. It's not going to discolor it or leave any white residue behind. And that's a difference between the liquid version of the Ultimate Wax compared to the paste version. They do not recommend the paste version for use on trim. So you can see here that the NXT Tech Wax and the M21 both have the 2.0 tag. And this is Mcguire's updating the formulas to try and make them more hydrophobic. You've got a lot of people that are basing their durability off of water beading. And they want a stronger beading lasting for a longer period of time, and that's what Mcguire's tried to do with the new formulas. But for the water test, I have Ultimate Liquid Wax on the right side hood and fender. I've got Mcguire's M21 on the left side of the paint. And these were applied 24 hours ago. I prepped the paint beforehand using Mcguire's M205 finishing polish, followed up with an isopropyl alcohol wipe down. And I've always been a big fan of the Mcguire's lineup. I think they have an excellent range of products, one of the best product ranges out there. And as I was cruising through the detailing forums, one of the threads popped up and it said, if you could only work with one product brand for all of your products across the board, which brand would you go with? And for me, Mcguire's is way high up there on that short list. And a lot of that has to do with the value that I think that I'm getting out of the products, especially the compounds and polishes with M205 and M100. And the Ultimate Compound and Ultimate Polish are two of the best abrasives that you can purchase over the counter here in the United States. But when it came to their waxes and sealants, if you wanted crazy water beading and a very hydrophobic surface, you had to go elsewhere. And that's even after the updated formulas for M21 and NXT Tech Wax. You had a lot of guys, myself included, who were looking for more durability and better beading after a couple washes and after a couple weeks. But with the new Ultimate lineup, you can see here on this side, they've really stepped it up a notch. And this is going to be more durable after those first couple washes compared to M21 and NXT Tech Wax. And so with the Ultimate Liquid Wax here, this is a product that's going to compete against the heavier sealants like the Wolfgang D-Gloss Paint Sealant, the Blackfire Wet Diamond, Menzerna Power Lock. The Ultimate Liquid Wax is going to be half the price of all those sealants, while at the same time being more hydrophobic in the short term. But there is a difference with how those three apply compared to the Ultimate Liquid Wax. So what I'll do now is go ahead and get the Mcguire's Hyper Wash out and show you guys how the water behavior holds up after that first wash. Alright, now after this video, what I'm going to do is put these two sealants up to the test against Chemical Guy's Clean Slate. And that's their new Surface Cleanser Wash Soap. So we're going to see how that does with trying to remove the fresh sealants from the paint here. But one of the things that I want to mention in this video is just rinsing the products down with water can have an impact on how aggressive it is in the short term. And that concept is something that really kickstarted me into doing these tests and posting videos up on YouTube. And so what I do is I use the Hyper Wash or I use a Deep Crystal Car Wash soap to try and accelerate that process, because otherwise it would take me minutes and minutes and gallons of water to try and alter the surface tension to where it's beading less aggressively and it's sheeting slower than it was at the beginning. So the Ultimate Liquid Wax side is held up really well after the soap test, but you can see here on the M21, we're definitely seeing a slower water sheet form on the paint compared to how it was behaving in the beginning. And this doesn't mean that it's only going to last you a couple days or a couple weeks. it just means that you shouldn't be expecting crazy water beading or aggressive water beading over time from a product that doesn't have the chemistry to give you that water behavior. So based on my preferences, Ultimate Liquid Wax is a great improvement over NXT and M21. And when it comes to price, the M21 is going to be a little bit more expensive than the Ultimate Liquid Wax. Ultimate Liquid Wax I can usually find for right under $20. The M21 goes for just a little over $21. And you also get an applicator pad and a microfiber towel in the box with Ultimate Liquid Wax. So even though the Ultimate lineup is a consumer brand that's sold over the counter, this is the wax from Mcguire's that has the best performance in it. And it's up in the air whether or not Paint Protect is really more durable compared to the Ultimate waxes. But based on my testing, the Ultimate lineup is going to be much more aggressive with water compared to Paint Protect. It also smells great as well. It has a vanilla scent to it or a cake batter scent. And Ultimate Quick Wax really complements it well. So if you want something that's going to maintain the aggressive water behavior over the weeks and months, definitely pair up the Ultimate Quick Wax on top of the Ultimate Liquid Wax. But I have seen guys mention that they've noticed some streaking pop up after using the Ultimate waxes. But in my test, that's not something that I've been having problems with at all. I just recommend that you guys use a nice handheld light source so that you can see you're getting a nice even coverage across the paint when you're applying it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. For those of you who are fans of Mcguire's, definitely stay tuned in the future. I'm going to be putting the new Mirror Bright polishing wax up to the test. This is the new all-in-one type of wax. But next on the list for testing is Chemical Guy's Clean Slate Surface Cleanser Wash.